Leo, welcome to your April 6th through the 12th tarot reading, or whenever you find it. It's timeless. So, we are going to be doing these Caroline Myss archetype cards. They are quite interesting, giving us many different readings. So, the archetypes are like what you are in the being of most. We have angel, alchemist, there's mother, father, monk, nun, judge, hermit, fool, father, detective, destroyer. I mean, there's tons of, and there's orphans and, different types of child. So a lot of different aspects. And these cards, if you don't know, there's a light attribute, a shadow attribute, and these are all mixed up. So we'll see what comes out. I'm also doing these romance oracle cards. These have been very informative messages. It really gets to some sticky issues here. And I intended for the archetype cards to tell me more about you, but they've kind of almost been more about someone you're dealing with. So we'll see what comes up for you, Leo. I almost said Aries. All right, let's see what this one has. Love yourself first. Very important. Your self respect makes you more romantically attractive and to the right people. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, let's see what comes out for you with these Caroline Myss archetype cards. They've had some pretty tough messages, I have to say, but it all really kind of goes together. All right, let's see what we have for you, Leo. We have a shadow attribute. Don't fret yet. Let's see, student. All right, so in the shadow attribute, we have, and this could either be you or someone or something you're dealing with, arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge, unwillingness to translate knowledge into action. I'm going to read the light attribute, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. So that shadow attribute, arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge. Woo. All right, so we'll come back to that and we'll see how that will come through with that message. Sometimes we can be very self destructive and not really understand or know it. Ah, look at this 52. We have some intuition here. Goddess of the moon, loving yourself, being intuitive. I'm going to go ahead and get our bonus cards. Oh, two came out there. And this one, this card, Island Vibe, has been very informative. It matched Aries card right there. So we'll see what comes out for you. I'm really curious how that shadow attribute is going to play out here. Destructive knowledge. That's a weird energy there. All right, what else do we have? Okay, we're going to do one of these. It's going to be the last card we look at the very end of the reading. If you have an idea of what you think it's going to be, put your idea in the comments below. And we'll look at it at the very end of the reading. Whoa-bam. All right, let's get some tarot on this and see if we can shed some light on this shadow attribute. Oh, destructive knowledge. That is a crazy thing. I might look at the booklet for that. Let's see what our tarot says first. We have the King of Swords. That would be the light attribute, depending on what's crossing it. Three of Wands. That's searching. And the King of Cups with the moon energy there. That's Scorpio. Wow. And this is Aquarius energy here. What is going on, Leo? Oop. The Hierophant. So we have a little bit of Taurus energy there. I think that's that knowing better, right? The Hierophant talks about morals and ethics, and so does that King of Swords. It's a very kind of law and order kind of card. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Ten of Wands. Right, so I want to read the info on this particular student card from the book. And so the student is a disciple, a devotee, an apprentice. So that would be one of these individuals down on the bottom of the Hierophant there. So this is very interesting that the Hierophant comes out with this. So in the light attributes, which we got shadow, in the light attributes, it suggests not an absence of mastery, but rather a continual pursuit of intellectual development. You know, I think we're all in this pursuit of knowledge, but maybe not. I don't know. And it also says for the light has found a source of teaching, such as a guru or spiritual master, which is that Hierophant right there, who becomes the instructor and spiritual guide. That is the Hierophant. That is the spiritual teacher right there. Okay. And so the shadow aspect. So the shadow student usually manifests in tandem with a shadow teacher or mentor, avidly learning all the tools of the wrong trade or misusing the knowledge learned, may never move beyond the student role to develop an independent inner wisdom. Look for a pattern of constant learning, openness to new information as an essential part of your well-being. So this is learning all the bad stuff, or taking what you have learned and using it in an inappropriate way. You know, it's not so good. It's not so good. So how is that manifesting in your life, Leo? You know, so look here. Uh, these are two examples, really, of someone who has a sense of law and order here, justice, right? Clarity, truth, wisdom, all of that right here with the King of Swords. And then that's being crossed by this Hierophant, right? That's that spiritual teacher. You know, this is all talking about the Hierophant, this Taurus energy. It's about a stage of learning. You're either the apprentice, the journeyman, and then the master at some point. You know, that's what this is speaking about directly. And that's amazing that this student card came up here. So, man, I really hate that this came out in the shadow for you. So, are you being self-destructive, right? In some way, you know, because this could be talking about self-destruction. Because we have love yourself first. And it could be that I think this speaks to your upbringing. The King of Swords is not an emotionally open type person. Okay. All kings are air energy plus their, you know, element. So this is an air on air. This is someone who's, you know, only the facts, someone who probably doesn't show a lot of emotion. And then that we have this teacher energy here. So I think there is a mentor, doesn't have to be male, but there is a mentor in your life. And perhaps you grew up with a very strict family, Leo. It could have been that there were certain ways and things that you just couldn't do, you know, or it was frowned upon. And I don't know why it is. And let me know if you have experienced this or you know, think it's true. But sometimes, like if this was just my own experience, I knew kids that had like their dad was like a pastor. Kids were wild. They were like pooping behind bushes at the church and just doing all kinds of crazy stuff, you know, because there's that I'm not supposed to do it, so it makes you want to do it more kind of thing. So I don't know, maybe you were rebellious in that way. That's kind of what I'm seeing. Rebellious to this energy, rebellious to this possible upbringing, right? This almost feels like a, you know, going to a a church school kind of thing where everything's very strict. That's I'm getting a strictness with this. And there's this element here of you wanting to do things probably your way, Leo. You probably were a bit wild, right? A wild child doing stuff you weren't supposed to do, getting into things, you know, um, because of that energy right there. And so you could have been a bad boy, bad girl kind of thing going on. And I'm wondering because we have this card of expansion here, the Three of Wands. Um, did that spill over into what you ended up doing for a living? That kind of rebellious nature. Um, for little kids being rebellious, okay, but when that kind of energy stays around and it follows you into adulthood, it's a recipe for disaster. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah. So we have this expansive quality here. Got your eye on something, but the growth is slow. It's a slow moving expansion here. And if it has anything to do with, the negative qualities of the shadow attribute, that would probably be why things aren't expanding. Things are very slow. That's what I don't know. It's kind of a strange energy right here. Things are not moving very quickly for you right now. And maybe there's something now, if that shadow attribute is around you, it's somewhere in your life. I don't know if it's a child you have that's like that's turning out like that. I don't know. You could be trying to find opportunities for them, but they're not really moving on it. They're not really doing anything. Opportunity abounds. Oh, I'm looking, but really not making a move toward it. I'm almost getting that kind of energy for some of you. Hmm. Yeah, there's not a lot of action being put towards that expansion. And so, whereas we have this very strict quality over here, we have something really different over here. We have the King of Cups. This is a very lovely and supportive energy. This is someone who says you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to, you just don't give up. You stay the course and you tough it out. I almost get the feeling here that this is like you're the parent trying to teach your kid to love themselves and the value of putting effort into something, because what we see here is a lot of effort. It doesn't necessarily have to be hard, but your effort in something is going to repay you with an equal amount of harvest, right? Because this is a harvest here, this Ten of Wands. I'm getting a lot of different energy. I feel like this is how you grew up. And I feel like this student here is possibly your kid that might be a bit rambunctious. They might get it from you. You may have been rambunctious too. But I think rather than having a stern, you know, fist in this situation, I think you're a lot more loving and caring and supportive of your kid. And hopefully they're making the right choices. There is an element here of some not, not making the right choices. This would be someone who is spending time with the wrong people, obviously, learning the wrong things. not doing the right things. But we have this lovely intuitive energy here with this King of Cups. And maybe it's saying don't give up on your kid, or this energy here, someone who's struggling just a little bit to get things started, to get things going. They just need proper guidance, right? But on the flip side of that, not everybody is really redeemable or savable. I hate to say that. Some people, it doesn't really have that much to do with how you nurture them, you know? So, wow. Leo, Leo, Leo. A lot of different messages in this reading. There you are, the sun, the golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. You know, this could turn around. This could really turn around if they can use that, the shadow attributes, what they've learned, in a constructive way instead of destructive. We have lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, and transformation. Well, this has a tower feel to it, honestly. This could go either way. This could either make a turnaround or it won't. Right? Mm. Ram, a stubborn and aggressive person. Oh no, that's terrible. We have chain. Oh wow. So there's something going on here, Leo. This chain of events that will affect your life. Yeah, it definitely will. Oh. And then we have, look at that. Sunrise. New creative ideas, new ventures, and a fresh start. Wow, what is this extra card going to be? This is a very peculiar reading, Leo. Very peculiar. All right, so what is this going to be? I don't know. I really don't know. If you have an idea, put it in the comments below. Let's just see what it is. Ah, Six of Wands, victory. Crossing that finish line over here. You know, getting awards, accolade, recognition. You know, I mean, this is a positive outcome on this. I think you might be surprised that for some of you, this will actually turn out well. You know, someone starting down the wrong path might eventually get the kind of guidance that they need to change things around, because we have this victory here, change of events. There is like a pivotal moment here, whether this is you or someone you're dealing with, a child, or someone you're trying to mentor, that things are either going to go south or good. And you know, for most of you, I'm hoping it's going to go to that good. But for some of you, it may not. There may not be anything you can do to help the situation, you know. But I'm hoping for most of you, it's going to be good, because we see transformation here, shocking news. This could be very surprising right here. But we have a lot of sun energy here. Very interesting reading, Leo. I hope this was helpful or insightful in some way. Let me know in the comments. I'm not trying to ruffle anybody's feathers, but it's really an interesting reading. All right, so do hit that like button. Let me know on, like, for Sunday bonus readings, what you would like to see, questions, topics you want me to cover. That would be awesome. So yeah, that's going to be it for now. We'll see you next time.